We were deep in the forest. No cell signal, no headlights for miles, just the crackle of firewood and the occasional echo of something that didn't quite sound like wind. It was supposed to be a family weekend, just us. Her idea. She said we needed to reconnect. I believed her. Then, she left to get more wood, and my son leaned in, voice barely above breath. "Dad, we need to leave, right now." I blinked, laughed at first. Why? He didn't answer, just pointed at the tent. "Let's just leave before she comes back." I turned, walked slowly to the tent flap, pulled it open, and froze. I didn't scream, didn't move, just stared. Then I grabbed him, tight, firm, and walked, fast. We didn't run. Running makes noise. We drove in silence, the kind that builds pressure behind the ribs. He didn't ask questions, neither did I, not yet. At home, the silence didn't end. He slept with the door cracked open that night. I didn't sleep at all. What I'd seen in that tent wasn't just strange, it was wrong. A second sleeping bag, old, worn, not ours. Children's drawings pinned to the inside of the fabric. Names written in marker on paper plates, none of them ours. Photos, Polaroids, none of me, just her, with other kids, different ones, boys, girls, smiling, some crying. One photo had a date, 2017. That was the year she had her mental break, the year she said she'd gone to her sister's in Arizona for space. There was no sister in Arizona, never was. And something in my gut told me, those kids, they weren't hers. I didn't accuse her. I kissed her goodnight, I packed our son's lunch, I played along. And while she showered, I searched. Email, photos, drive folders. Nothing obvious, she was careful. But not perfect. One file tucked deep inside a recycle bin, a document, a background check. Not on me, on a boy named Logan, age 8, missing, 2016. The photo in the file matched one of the Polaroids. I kept looking. She had a second email, hidden under a fake alias. I cracked it with a password reset and an old phone number, mine, ironically. Inside? Messages, dozens. Some from women asking if she still offered special retreats for trauma-affected children. Others were payments, Venmo receipts, thousands. I followed one address. It led to a review site, 5 stars. Best decision I ever made. My son came back stronger. Thank you, Mara. Mara wasn't her real name, but the picture on the page was her face, smiling, like she'd never lied. I brought it to my son first. Didn't show him the worst. Just enough. He didn't look surprised. "I saw some of them," he said, "in the woods." She told me not to talk about them. His voice cracked. She made them call her Mom, too. I held back the rage, barely. I made copies, handed them to a private investigator, a former cop who owed me a favor. Within 48 hours, he found 2 of the families. Missing reports, no leads, no closure. Until now. Then he found the cabin, not the one we stayed at, another one, deeper, hidden. He told me not to go alone. I went anyway. It was empty when I got there. But the walls, covered in more drawings, more names. One was circled in red, ours. Next to it, the word final. I waited until she came back from yoga, laid the files out on the kitchen table, Polaroids, emails, maps. She paused in the doorway, stared, didn't speak, didn't blink. Then, cool as ice, she walked forward, picked up one photo, and studied it. "I told you to never go through my things." That was her response. Not denial, not panic. Control. Always control. I looked her in the eyes and said one thing. "You're done." Then I nodded to the corner. 2 officers stepped out of the hallway. Cuffing her was quiet. She didn't struggle, didn't speak. As they let her out, she turned to me. "I saved them," she whispered. A smile cracked through her lipstick. I saved him. I didn't respond, because I knew now she didn't believe she'd done anything wrong. But the law would. I told my son the truth, what I could anyway. He didn't ask for details. He just asked if she was gone for good. I said yes. He nodded once and went back to building his Lego fortress. I watched him for a long time. He still flinches when doors shut too loudly, still checks the window at night. But he's starting to laugh again. And me? I've learned that monsters don't always come in the dark. Sometimes they smile across campfires and say they love you. But I saw what was in that tent, and now, so will the rest of the world. She buried her crimes in the woods, but I made sure they were unearthed, and this time, no one will forget what she really was.